Hello everyone, I'm Charmaine Brown and I am blessed to be with you. I am so blessed that when I come on, I am talking foolishness or eating off my A's or eating off my H or eating off my S's. But you know what? I'm here with you every 6:30 CDT, 7:30 EDT. And my producer is here with me, but we are not in the studio. So, last week we were talking about stress, what it is, and how we can manage it. I don't remember talking what can bring on stress. And medical illnesses can bring on stress. Losing a friend can bring on stress. Losing anything can bring on stress. A tooth, a finger, anything, even doing a surgery. So I'm here. I have to do an audio instead of being in the studio because I wasn't feeling well. And so I'm going to talk about various factors today. I'm going to talk about work and work environment and work stress. This week I was at work and I wasn't doing that great. I went to work at 7:30 and by 9:20 I was having lots of pain in my stomach. And at the end of the shift, I was still in so much pain. I ended up have to, my colleagues thought I was having a heart attack. I am smiling now because I have the chance to smile now, but then I wasn't smiling, I was crying, I was in too much pain. And my colleagues, my co-workers, they decided that I'm going to the emergency room whether I like it or not. And of course I was fighting, because which you will see in my book that I'm writing why. But for now, they decided that I'm going down and they tried to stabilize me. I went down and I realized that I needed my gallbladder out. And so it should have been an emergency operation because my gallbladder was not doing that great. And so I'm here with my gallbladder out, but I know that you are expecting to listen to this show every 6:30, and I like to keep my promises, and this is one of my promises. So I'm recording this from the hospital. Okay? And so I want to talk to you. Sometimes I welcome you who's always listening. Welcome. And those who have never listened before but is joining today and wondering what we do or what this broadcast do. This is Impact Gospel Radio, and this show is mental health, a holistic impact. What we do here is there are many people who have problems in such a way where they don't know how to navigate the world around them, where they think, feel, and behave bad towards themselves and to others in such a way where they speak down to themselves, hurt themselves with words, hurt others with words, or they behave in such a way where they abuse others and abuse themselves, or think bad about others and themselves. They feel sick about themselves. They look at themselves in disgust. They see an image or a mirror or something that mirror their reflection, and they're sick about that. And because of that, this program will help you with tools to help you with any mental health issues. Mental health issues such as anxiety, depression, thought of self-harm, or thought of harming others. It helps you to gain strategies to use on a daily basis, not only for you, but for you, your friends, your family members, your children, and even strangers, because some of us hurt strangers as well. I come with my stories tell you true stories about myself, experiences, and also the Raymond family saga. I don't have the story about the Raymond with me at hand, and so I'm just going to talk to you, chit chat with you today. So, how did I feel when I was hurt, in pain? I couldn't think. The pain was too much. There's nothing going on in my thoughts but than that I want to go home in bed to rest, and that would have been my end goal if my colleagues had not forced me down into the emergency room. That would have been my goal, because I wasn't thinking straight. And so pain can allow us not to think straight. Pain can allow us to hurt others, and not only physical pain, because persons have mental ache as well, where you're hurting because somebody do something wrong, or because somebody says something bad. So we have mental ache that causes emotional problems, which leads to physical stress, and vice versa, because the physical can cause mental ache as well. So I felt tired, stressed, like I wanted my bed. I felt like I couldn't do the duty that I was there to do, because remember I told you I was at work, and I felt like I wasn't effective, and so I didn't feel competent at that time, but more so tiredness. And so I wanted to just go home. This can cause persons to think bad about themselves. When you're not doing well, when you're not feeling well, you can feel powerless. And remember when Raymond couldn't do anything about what Dr. White said, him not driving, and he won't be driving for 1 year seizure free? I felt that powerless. I felt like what Raymond was feeling. I felt like I couldn't do anything about my health at the time. I didn't know how to help myself. I didn't know what pill to take. I didn't know how to treat myself. One of my colleagues brought me some warm blankets, and I had a pillow. I got a break, but there was nothing I could do on the break because I was in too much pain. The pillow and the hot blanket helped, but not enough. It didn't help me adequately. When my eyes were open, I was still feeling pain. And so that's where the powerless comes in. My colleague, there are a few of my colleagues that also assist me with water, with some tasks that I had to do on the unit. And that was really, 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 really appreciative. I appreciate what they did. And so sometimes we might think that we don't have any, anybody to help us. My mother, she taught me that once you put goodness in the world, it will come back to you. Maybe not from people that you expect it to, but once you put it out there, when it's time for you to get the help, you will get the help, because as you know, I believe in God, and I believe in goodness, and I believe that God will take care of me. And so he had put these people around me to take care of me and to help me out on the unit. One of the nurses was getting so mad with me. She said, "Go sit down, Charmaine. I told you I can do this for you." And she did. And she has never seen me so sick before. As a matter of fact, I don't think she had seen me that sick. And so she knew that I wasn't doing well. And I just want to take this moment to shout out to the manager and staff members who were on the unit that I worked last week, who had helped me a couple days ago, on the 4th of April, who had helped me tremendously. I appreciate it. I want them to know that, because having a supportive system is very good. I also want to allow them to know that when in a time of illness you see what people are truly made of. When you're not feeling well and persons are around you to genuinely help you, that's a good sign that these people care about you. And these people show a sense of caringness, gentleness, kindness. They show empathy and compassion. And to have all of that in time when you need it, it's something that you have to appreciate, and something that I thank God for. Because I believe that if I was not a godly person, I probably would not have got all the help that I got at the time. I might have gotten help, but it wouldn't be so pure, so true, so honest. And so when someone provides honest and a caring environment for you, or for me, it means that we are blessed. It means that we can tell them what we need. It means that we are good, and that we should appreciate that. We are going to take a break, and when I come back, we will talk some more. Everyone, I'm Charmaine Brown, and I'm blessed to be here with you. This is Impact Gospel Radio, and this is mental health and an holistic impact, where we make an impact. We try to impact your life. Impact Gospel Radio have lots of resources, like nurses, doctors, lawyers, a psychotherapist like myself, and politician, name it. They have a lot of services as well. They do passport, they do resume, they do cover letter, we do a lot of things here, and I am so blessed to be a part of that, the function that they provide. Let's talk about friends. So on April the 4th, I didn't have any friends around at the time. Of course, I had my husband there with me, who's a great sense of support. He's so good. I don't know how to express his goodness. And that's his nature. His goodness is his nature. His kindness, his compassion is his nature. And I'm happy that he's with me. Happy that God has provided him in my life. I have also other friends. You always know that I talk about a handful and a half of girlfriends that I have. They were there supportive. But when I tell these people not to worry, they don't understand. And if you remember in one of my show where I said that I don't worry about things that might happen to me because I know that God is there to provide for me. I know he will not let me down. I know he will keep me safe. He always does, and he will always do. And so, but these friends, when I said don't worry about me because I don't worry about myself, it's not that I don't love myself. It's that I have a big source, a powerful source of help. So today, when I told my friend not to worry about me, I told her the reason why, and she sent back a text that, Charmaine, I love you. And so I was thinking about that love, the love that someone loves you enough or care enough about you where they worry about you. But I wouldn't want anything to happen to my friends who worry about me, because then I might feel guilty if something happened to them if they're worried about me. And so I don't want, it makes me think about that love. As much as I love my friends and my friends love me, I still don't want them to worry about me. Right? Good friends are precious, are like precious gold. Good friends are like diamonds. They are there shining for you, shining so you can follow the light. Having good friends where you can talk anything that is happening to you is important. When you have good friends that support you and listen to what you have to say, when you have good friends that are around you and know what you need or ask you what you need, and they are there to provide it for you, when you have good friends that say, I am going to pray for you, when you have good friends that say to you that I wish you the best and that you are going to get the best, those are people you want around you. You remember when Raymond was in the hospital and Raymond and Karen asked Raymond, who do you want to worry about you? Is it your father? Is it your mother? Is it your brother? Karen worried about Raymond. So she was acting like a friend to Raymond and a genuine one as well. So when you have genuine friends around you who you can trust with your secret, if you have any secret, although sometimes I believe sometimes you tell God about your deepest secret as well, if you don't want anybody to say anything about that, if you just want to feel that it is somewhere safe. Not that your friends won't keep it safe, but if you want a safer vault to keep your secret, you hide it in the vault of God. Well, that's what I think and that's what I know. But when you have these people around you, you treasure them. You treat them with respect. You treat them with kindness. You listen to them. And so I have some close friends of mine that I want them to know that I respect them and I treasure them and I appreciate them. And I'm happy when they are around, and I hope they are around for a very long time. I have not changed my friends, and I have not taken on any new friends for quite a while, because these friends that I have already, they know who I am. They know what I will do or what I will say. And when somebody know you in such manner, it's good to keep them around. To get a new friend, you'd have to teach them how to treat you. Because if some new friends come and treat you anyhow, When you get a new friend, you have to teach them what makes you upset and what makes you happy. You have to teach them certain things about you, and they themselves have to teach you about them. And so at my age, I don't think I have any time for that. I'll keep the ones that I treasure already. Family members. I'm going to talk about family members where I have siblings. Well, I think most of my siblings know that I took out my gallbladder, because once one know, they normally tell everyone, but I don't think my mother know. They try not to tell my mother, because my mother is a person who worry, and if she doesn't get anything to worry about, she make up something to worry about. And so I don't appreciate when my brothers and my sister tell my mother that I'm not doing well, because she worries a lot. I'd rather her not worry. So I'd rather her not know it. When you have such supportive system, it's a very good one, especially when this supportive system has been there for a while. You understand what I'm saying? When you have a supportive family system in place, they already know about you. They already know what you like and what you don't like. They already know who you are, and they already know what help you need. And sometimes, if they have it, they will provide that help that you need. And so you keep those persons, that family unit, together. We're going to learn about Raymond and his family unit and see what it's made of. But until we hear about Raymond and his family unit, with your family unit, if it's a good one, you keep it. If it's something that you need to work at, because remember, people, every family has family dynamics. Sometimes it's a very fractured family dynamic. But sometimes it's really good. It's fractured, but it's good. It's functional. And when you have a fractured, functional thing, just like the family unit, you keep it. You work at it. You fix it. You put things into place where it moves from one level to the next level, both linear and horizontally. If you have to put a counselor in or seek counseling, then you put it in place for it to be functional. If you have to use the security of God, then put it in place. Whatever you have to use. If it's a spiritual care provider, use it. You have to keep the family dynamics functional, where everyone is supportive. And no matter the argument, because don't forget that from a child coming to the world, you have dysfunction. The dysfunction issue starts. It starts because the child starts to cry, and the mother can get frustrated with that child if that child starts having anxiety disorder, because the parent is gone and they can't survive. They think they can't survive. So the dysfunction starts from that level, and so the dysfunction grow. When you become a teenager, you argue with your parents, and so the dysfunction continues. And the parents would put their feet down, some of them, and decided, no, you don't argue with me like that. And so the conflict builds up. And so dysfunction starts from there. When you become an adult, the dysfunction still go, because the adolescent to the adult, what the adolescent will do, they will get jealous of one another and try to put enmity between one another. Anything. The brother might borrow a car and mash the car up, or the sister go and take something in the other sister's name, or somebody wear a watch for somebody or a clothes for somebody. And so what happened is that one another use the other's things and they quarrel about that. And so that's another type of dysfunction. So in every stage of life, in every developmental area, there is a sign or set dysfunction that you might meet in the family. So every family has dysfunctional areas in it. You work and those dysfunction, you work and does conflict and make it functional, because you have a dysfunction, a conflicting family that is functional. You fix that. You fix the family unit in every area. Put something in place. Use strategies. Use tools. If it's communication, if the communication is lacking, you try work on that communication. If it is the trust that is lacking, you try work on the trust issue. If it is the financial part that is missing, then you work on that financial issue. Whatever is causing dysfunction in the family, you work at that, so that everyone can support each other in a time of failure, in a time of when there is an emergency. You can work with each other. We are going to take a break. This is Impact Gospel Radio, mental health, a holistic impact. I will see you in a minute. I hear you in a minute. I'll talk to you in a minute. Charmaine Brown, and I am blessed to be here, even though I'm in the hospital lobby coming to you live or on an audio. It's good to have you. This is Impact Gospel Radio, and we are doing mental health, a holistic impact. So this program, you might be wondering what this program is about. Is to give you tools and strategies to help you navigate your life when you're feeling stressed, when you are anxious, when you're having panic attack, or when you're angry. And those are topics that we talk about already. So just go back and look at your what you have gotten from those programs. So I have talked about the friendship. I have talked about family, the family unit, as a sense of support. You also are a sense of support. You support yourself by doing self-care. And what I mean by doing self-care, I mean doing care to yourself where you feel positive impact. Because some person's self-care includes self-harm and disrespect. That's not self-care. Self-care is where you do positive things to yourself, such as soaking your feet, assessing yourself, getting your hair cut, doing your physical hygiene, things that will put you at a greater risk of health, not risk, put you in a healthy position. If you go on YouTube, there's a lot of videos that I have there that talks about self-care. And when you tell people when people say treat others the way you want to be treated, I do not use that phrase because sometimes persons don't know how to be treated and because of the environment they might grow up in. For instance, if someone grow up in an abusive environment where people bounce them here and bounce them there, where people hit them here and damage them with words, they might not know any better. I had a friend one time, not a friend, acquaintance one time asked me if I have ever gotten beaten before, and I said no, I've never gotten beaten before. And she asked me if I'm sure, and I said yes, I'm sure. And she said she don't know what that life looked like. She don't know how to speak her mind to her family, to her mother and father, because when she used to do that, they used to abuse her. And she didn't believe me that I didn't experience abuse like that before. She was shocked. She said she don't know what that life is. And so because she don't know what that life is, she's going to treat others, even her kids, the way she was taught, because there's no one else to teach her better. And she come into a country where she see new things, and she live by herself. So she living by herself, teaching her kids what she had taught or what she had learned. It's going to cause chaos in her life, in her children's life. So I don't use the phrase treat others like how you want to be treated, because sometimes some of us don't know how to be treated. We have to teach people how to respect us, but if we don't respect ourselves, we cannot teach people how to respect us. We have to love ourselves so that people may know how to love us. We have to have compassion towards ourselves for people to know how to show compassion towards us. These are little things that we need to do for ourselves, for others to know how to treat us. Because if we continue to look raga raga, people are going to think, and when I mean raga raga, if we continue to look unkept, then people are going to think that we're an unkept person, and somebody just walk into your life and think they should treat you like an old rag because you're unkept. We don't want that. We want to treat ourselves good. So what we're going to do, we're going to monitor ourselves. We're going to know ourselves. And as I talk in my other videos, you have to know yourself before somebody can know you. So to know yourself, you have to spend time with yourself. You have to spend time with yourself. Some of us do not know how to spend time with yourself. Some of us are afraid to spend time with ourselves because we're afraid to know what is there. We're afraid of what is hidden. And so to spend time with yourself, it shows up what is hidden. It shows you what you have not known before about yourself. It shows you what you like and what you dislike. It shows you how you feel about others and feel about yourself. When you spend time with yourself, it allows you to know who to take into your life as friends, as acquaintances, and as spouses. It tells you, knowing about yourself tells you who you want to spend the rest of your life with, or if you don't want to spend the rest of your life with. Somebody's not supposed to come into your life, as I make a reference before, somewhere else, and tell you and give you some caramel tea, and you know you don't know if you like caramel tea. You take the caramel tea, and when you drink half of it, you don't want no more. But you don't realize that it's like you don't like it. You don't know why you're not drinking anymore. Or bring some ginger tea to you, and you drink off the whole ginger tea like how I like ginger tea. But you don't know why you drink off the ginger tea, because you don't realize that you really like ginger tea. You have to spend time with yourself at least every 15 minutes per day to learn something about yourself. Learn what makes you happy. Learn what makes you sad. Learn what makes you cry and what makes you laugh. Know yourself to know if you're a humorous person, because there are various types of humor. When I do humor, people see it immediately. When my husband do humor, people take a while to see it most times. But he's humorous and I'm humorous, just different types. So learn about yourself where you know when you're sick, you know when your body not feeling well, and you know where in your body not feeling well. Because when my colleagues were asking me what hurt, I told them it wasn't my heart. It doesn't feel cardiac, because I've had cardiac pain before and I know what it feels like or what it felt like. This was different. Know your different areas that hurt you, the different areas that swells, the different areas that are dry. Some persons have dry hands, the different areas of your body that you sweat on. For me, I sweat on my nostril and my nose. For my husband, he sweat from his arms. These are the things you need to know about you. Know if you like to have pedicure done. I don't like to have pedicure done. About that. I don't like pedicure. But I don't like pedicure because my feet are sensitive and they tickles. So I've never gone into the store, because even when I myself touch my feet and scratch my sole, it tickles. So I never go into the store to have pedicure done. But manicure, for sure, I have to have my manicure done. So learn about you, what you like and what you don't like. Do you like your back to be rubbed when you're not feeling well? I love my back to be rubbed when I'm not feeling well. But I don't like my head to be rubbed when I'm not feeling well. My husband loves his head to be rubbed. So learn about yourself. That's part of your self-care. That's part of your self-care. Assess yourself. Know what you like. And when you know what you like, you incorporate these things in your life. If you like caramel tea, incorporate caramel tea as a self-care gift to you. The part of your face when you look in the mirror that you don't like to see. What can you do to that part of the face that you can appreciate, that you can accept? You don't have to hide yourself. Because if you love the good thing about you, you should love the bad thing about you. If the bad thing about you is going to hurt you or hurt somebody else, go get help. Go get the help you need. Find a counselor, find a psychotherapist, find a spiritual care member. Find somebody, find a doctor. Learn about you. Incorporate these things. Incorporate foot rub and massage into your life. Incorporate rest and relaxation. And incorporate yourself into your life. And when I mean yourself, put yourself in the position where you are more relaxed or most relaxed. And deep breathe and tell persons, I am going to spend some time with myself. Just give me some time. And go spend your 10 minutes with yourself, or your 11 minutes or 15 minutes. And maintain that. When you find it and implement it, maintain it. Maintain it regularly. Make sure it's a regular thing you do to yourself. And when you're not sick, accept that you're not sick and seek help. This is Impact Gospel Radio, Mental Health Horizon, a holistic impact. And we have lots of services here. We have lots of tools here. We have lots of help. We have police. We have governors, we have politicians, we have nurses, we have social worker, we have pastors, and we have me, who is a psychotherapist. Seek the help. Mental Health Horizon, a holistic impact. www.mentalhealthhorizon, or send us an email, info@mentalhealthhorizon.com. Have a great week. Love you all. Take care of yourself.